about 70 of the rarest cars on Earth. Not a bad way to spend some of his $7.1 billion, huh?
Wow.
Great money comes great taste in cars. Well, since he can afford them and all. The McLaren F1 could absolutely fit into a modern car scene today, no problem. Butterfly doors all around, beautifully sleek aerodynamics, and enough speed to smoke most production supercars today. However, the short-lived classic only survived between the years 1992 to 1998. The F1 was definitely reserved for a
2
proud
years
few
before I was
anyway.
born.
Only 106 of them were made. And one of them just sold in 2021 for a whopping $20.5 million in Pebble Beach, California.
Wow.
It was actually meant to sell for $15 million, but obviously went way past its original estimate. The story goes that Ralph's McLaren F1 almost got totaled during an engine braking procedure. Well, enter Ralph Lauren again because he's got two of them. The McLaren F1 isn't playing around either. The car is powered by a BMW S72 V12 engine, which puts out an unbelievable 618 horsepower and 479 pound-foot of torque. In 1991, the F1 actually earned a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records as the fastest production car of the year, reaching a top speed of 240.1 miles per hour.
Wow, that's fast.
Since we're on the topic of exotic cars, the British automaker produced an exceptionally unique three-seat rarity that definitely deserves its spot in the Lauren garage. This may not sport some over-the-top rocket V12 engine that some of the others have here, but instead a twin-turbo V8 hybrid motor. That's right, a hybrid. The McLaren P1 also has a 131-kilowatt electric motor under the hood, actually making it a hybrid sports car. That kind of ingenuity isn't going to make this spaceship on wheels come down to anything cheap. And, well, it is a McLaren after all. If you've got $3.4 million lying around somewhere, you might be able to get your hands on one if you're lucky. Also, don't sleep on the fact that it's partially electric. The twin-turbo V8 hybrid engine can and will blow the doors off most anything out there, as the P1 puts out a scary 900 horsepower and a top speed of 217 miles per hour. You don't have to worry about 12 miles per gallon in the city and 16 miles per gallon on a highway if you can afford this astonishing and striking Ferrari. In fact, that's actually quite fuel efficient for a car like this. This model is a mild hybrid and the first of its kind. La Ferrari, which simply translates to the Ferrari, is a 6.3-liter V12 powered animal that clocks in at a petrifying 949 horsepower. It's a handcrafted beauty that virtually has no lag because of its electronic power assistance too. Want more? Okay. It also has 900 Nm, 663.8 pound-foot of torque, and gets up to 60 miles per hour in 3 seconds from a complete stop. The battery pack is a marvel within itself. A 2.3 kilowatt per hour lithium-ion array built by Samsung is armored with a layer of Kevlar to keep it protected from wear and tear. And that should definitely come in handy as you speed along the track. While we're on this subject, the Ferrari was built to adapt to its specific environment. To help regulate aerodynamics, a rear spoiler will automatically go up and down depending on its current speeds. Flaps in the front and rear open and close to filter airflow in the underbody. The hypercar received its simple name because of its simple greatness. La Ferrari, or the Ferrari, is called what it's called because it's recognized as the Ferrari. On December 3rd, 2016, one of the Ferraris was auctioned off for $7 million.
Wow.
Making it, quote, the most valuable 21st century automobile ever sold at auction, according to the Automotive Press. And the following year, in 2017, another was sold for $10 million.
Wow.
In 1988, Ralph Lauren became the fourth owner and the restorer of the old racer that was actually featured in 3 of the James Bond novels. The very first owner of this piece of history was Honorable Dorothy Paget, patroness of Birkin and the blower cars. Then the car went to an unknown buyer in France for quite a while until the 80s, when Sir Anthony Bamford bought the car for his renowned car collectors. Ralph Lauren acquired chassis HR3976 in 1988. The 1929 Bentley 4.5-liter is the product of a nearly bankrupt company at the time, and this car reached a record-breaking top speed of 138 miles per hour in 1929.
Really?
That was considered ludicrous. Its 4.4-liter supercharged inline-4 is responsible for those numbers.
That's crazy.
4 models of the 4.5 can reach high prices at an auction of more than about 100,000 euros. But even rarer blower models, like the one in Ralph Lauren's collection, are more commonly sold in the millions. The 250 Testarossa is literally one of the most valuable cars out there. Like many on this list, it had a low production. only 34 of these sharp races were made. And in 2011, a 1957 chassis was sold for more than $16.39
Wow.
million. It sports a fiery V12 engine and has stylish aerodynamics,
Gosh.
which was obviously made for speed. If you happen to find any of these in auction somewhere, you might as well have found a unicorn. This is not a car most people get to see, and only fewer can buy. As the winner of the 24 Hours of Lemons in 1955, 1956, and 1957, the Jaguar XKD, part of the D-Type series, is a 4-speed manual transmission inline-6 rocket that was intended for high speeds right out of the factory. Everything about this car seems to have the influence of aerodynamics on it, obviously due to its racing DNA. In fact, the Bristol Aeroplane Company briefly worked with Jaguar to make this a possibility. With a $2 million price tag, this Lamborghini sports a 6.5-liter V12 engine, a 6-speed E-gear semi-automatic, and even manages to have all-wheel drive as a feature.
Oh, wow.
This magnificent piece of art on wheels is
All-wheel
expensive as the
drive
day is long,
option?
but, like most on this
Gosh.
list, is so rare that only 20 were made, and only 10 were shipped to the United States. The Reventon Roadster absolutely lives up to its looks, too. That 6.5 V12 engine it has produces 670 horses and 487 pound-foot of torque. The carbon fiber exterior and opaque gray color also serve as a great topic. This car is one of the newer cars in Ralph Lauren's collection, but just like his vintage collectibles, they all share one thing: their rarity. Italian car maker Alfa Romeo has been in the business of making uniquely styled cars for a long time now, and the older they get, the higher the value. The 8C in Lauren's collection comes from the 1930s and will run you up to $300,000 range at an auction. Its original runtime ran from the years of 1931 to 1939. It was a race 2-seat vehicle designed to win, and it did exactly that in its short existence. Without a doubt, a worthy contender for this particular collection. Who would have guessed that selling ties in 1967 would get you one of the biggest clothing brands in the world, and one of the most impressive car collections in the world? There are literally over 70 vehicles from all types and eras in the multi-billionaire's automotive stash. The collection is located in a secret garage in Westchester County, New York. And instead of just keeping them for looks, Ralph actually takes these beauties, which are in working condition, for a spin every once in a while. He once said, "I've always seen cars as art, moving art. While friends of mine were into paintings, I always felt that the real beauty of owning a rare and magnificently designed car was the fact that you can use it. You can look at it, enjoy its visual qualities, as with a painting, but you can also get inside and drive it, which means both enjoying the drive itself and going somewhere with it." We're sure plenty of you can agree with that statement.
Yes, baby,
We
too.
really like the brand new Ferrari SF90. Its price is going to be $500,000 out of the gate. You think Ralph might consider this for his collection?
Never know. Alright, Kale Squad. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Road to 150 subscribers. And my favorite car was the Lamborghini gray one. When the guy said there's an all-wheel drive option, that was funny. Really? Like, comment, share, and subscribe.